While Lucifer had been ordained by God to lead the angels in this praise and this worship and glory to him, he got led astray. And he got led astray by leading out, but looking at himself. Doing what God had called him to do, but looking at himself. And eventually one gave way to the other until God was no longer in the picture. It was all about him. And in Lucifer's case, he said it was all about me, where he thought that he was valid. He was right in thinking he could replace God. That's why coveting is demonic. It is more than demonic. That's from the demons. This is from the head of all demons. It's from Satan himself. So when you read in the Bible, in Genesis chapter 3, 4-5, it's no surprise. Guess who's talking about coveting? The serpent said unto the woman Eve, you shall not surely die. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Who is introducing humanity to hubris? Who is introducing us to covetousness? It's the author of covetousness. It is the serpent, the guise or the disguise for Satan. That's why whenever we see it in our lives, whenever we feel it in our hearts, we need to call it out for what it is and say, this is Satan. This is not right. This is not rational. What I hope we see here is that idea of getting yours at any cost, even at the cost of your own soul, that's not noble. That's evil. So now when we read 2 Thessalonians, we see this trickle-down effect, even to where we see it manifested in whom the Bible calls the man of sin, also known as the Antichrist. What's that spirit? What's that attitude? And let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So now when you get to 2 Thessalonians, now the Bible is prophesying that there will come a time where a man will say on this earth, I'm God. Who was the first person to come up with that madness? That was Lucifer in heaven saying, you know what, guys? I'm God. You all need to be worshiping me. His spirit gets passed on to Adam and Eve, and that spirit gets passed down to the man of sin, that man who is known as the Antichrist. And there's only one person in the world today that we know who legally says, I am God. We're talking about the Bishop of Rome Church. We're talking about the man of sin. This is the Antichrist. But the Bible also talks about that spirit of Antichrist, and that's all over the place. That's in every one of us, and it will stay there until we run to Jesus. Until we make this transition from greed to God, we will be bound and we will be subject to this spirit that is in the world today. We can put makeup on it and call it commercialism, and we can put mascara on it and say that this is virtue somehow to be able to get all that you want in life. But I'm at a place now, and I've learned, especially when we talk about money, that one of the reasons why I know God loves me, I'm talking about me, I'm talking about Chris, is that he has not given me everything that I wanted. That's how I know he loves me. Not because he's given me everything, or not because I'm too blessed to be stressed and, waiting on my breakthrough and all that. Those seasons come, but they go. And what lets me know that I'm really loved is that he has not, and he does not give me everything that I want. Because he knows his heart. And he's like, man, I'm not, you don't call me man, but, Chris. So God loves me enough to say, hey, Chris, I'm not trying to cherish that heart. I'm trying to change that heart. Because I truly cherish you. And I want you to be with me not just today, but forever. I want to get you to a place where you see my love, not because of what I have, but because of who I am. That doesn't cost anything but a choice. And so I hope today, and I hope in this series, brothers and sisters, that we come to realize the beauty of God blessing us by not giving us what we want, and see how we can work in tandem now, not with the spirit of this world, but with the Spirit of God, to where we are able to see covetousness. It ain't cool. In fact, it is of Satan. And run to Jesus and ask for him to be that mediator between us and heaven, that now will provide everything that we need, because that's what God promises to do. And he promises to give to every living thing what it needs every day.